Hi, welcome to my channel. If you've been following my videos lately, you noticed that my 240 Volvo had a broken bumper. So my bumper is broken, and today I'm going to show you how to do the repair without changing any parts, only material. So the materials that I'm gonna use are recycled material that I have them in the shop here. So in terms of material, I'm not spending any money. So only the time that I will spend, and you're gonna see how it's the repair is gonna be done after the job is done. So first I'm gonna remove the bumper. So I'm gonna unclip the sides. They have two metal clips on the sides. I'm gonna unclip them. You just have to push it like this and unclip the side and remove the bumper. So as you see, the bumper has broken because of corrosion, but this bumper, it got hit more than once while the car was parked. So you can see there's a crack over here, and when it was parked on the street covered with snow, most probably got another time, it got hit another time, and it gave up all of a sudden. So now I'm gonna show you, for this job I'm gonna put two patches over here, 1/4 inch thickness patch, 4 by 12 inch. I'm gonna put one here and one over there. So first we're gonna remove the plastic cover from the bumper frame. So to remove the plastic cover, there are retainers over here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retainers. I already removed, and I left only one for the demonstration. So I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna use this, put it in the back and push it like this. So the way it comes out is, it's, as you see, it's like when you push it, it locks the plastic. So I was pushing behind here to open it a little bit and allow it to come out. So right now I'm gonna remove the frame. So this is the bumper frame. I'm gonna put the plastic on the side. By the way, these are the retainers over here. The two retainers that hold on the bracket on the side. So they just slide in. So when you want to remove it, just push it like this and push it out. But my bumper was already unhooked from the impact. So I'm gonna put this on the side. Right now, I'm gonna show you how to do the repair. I'm gonna put it back on the car. And I'm going to put a vice grip to hold the bumper with the bumper shock absorber. So I'm gonna put vice grip one on each side. So the next step is we're gonna this bumper came with 3 bolts only, but it has a place for another bolt. So actually the shock absorber, the bracket, it has 4 holes. So this part is not broken, so I'm gonna drill a hole over here. Same thing on the other side. So between here and here is 2 3/4 of an inch. So you measure between here and here 2 3/4, and you make a mark over here, and then you drill a hole. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna measure 2 3/4, and we're gonna make a mark, and we're gonna drill 12mm hole. So right now I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna put the brackets. We're gonna bolt the brackets in the back on the bumper, and we're gonna drill 3 holes. We're gonna use only 3 holes because that's how it came, but I'm not gonna use the same hole. I'm gonna use this instead. So 1 2 3, the same thing on the other side. So these are the brackets that I made. So one on each side, 4 by 12 inches, 1/4 inch thick. It's aluminum. You can use metal too, iron. If you don't have aluminum, doesn't matter. But I use 1/4 inch aluminum. So I have right and left, both are the same dimensions. So this one is on the right side. So I'm going to use 8mm bolts with the nuts, of course, to hold the bracket in place. I drill 4 holes. Still I have to drill 1, so I already drilled 3 holes. And there's only 1 hole left over here. So let's start putting the bolts. So I have 4 bolts like this one. Well, if you ask me how long is the bolt, is about 1 inch, 1 inch, 1/8, but 1 inch should be enough. So I'm gonna put the bolt. And put the knot. So I have 4 bolts. So I'm putting, I have 3 right now. I'm gonna drill another hole. So I'm gonna hold the knot. I'm gonna tighten the bolt. Actually, this bumper has been hit before too. There's a crack over here. So I'm gonna hold this in place together before tightening the bolts. And tighten the bolts. 2, and 3. So I'm gonna drill the last hole. So the drill bit is 8mm drill bit. And approximately 1 inch from the side. The hole has to be approximately 1 inch from the side. So it has to be over here. Right here. Put a block of wood underneath so we don't drill the floor. And drill the hole. Two, three, four. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So I'm gonna put a bracket which is similar to the other side. So I'm gonna put it over here. So this side I drilled already, so I don't have to waste time showing you how to drill the place. But I left two holes and I'm showing you how to drill the holes. So again I'm gonna put the bolts. One, two, three, and four. So I'm going to tighten the bracket bolts. One, two, three, and four. So this has a crack over here. So at the end I can put a small piece of metal in between with 2 bolts. But that's the last thing I'm worried about. So right now, before putting the bumper in place, I'm gonna measure the distance between the body and the shock to see if they are both the same. So for this one is 6 3/4, 6 inch and a 3/4, and this one is 7 inch. So it means that this side is 1/4 inch more inside than the other side. So it's been hit most probably on this side and the shock went in 1/4 inch. So if I put the bumper, this side will be 1/4 inch inside and it's not gonna look the same. So one side is gonna look different than the other side. So what I'm gonna do for this side, I'm gonna put washers. I'm gonna put 1/4 inch washers between the frame and the bumper, so to make it equal. You can change the shocks, of course, if you can find shocks, or if you have some shocks, you can change the shock. But I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm just gonna put a spacer between the frame and the bumper. So right now I'm gonna remove all these studs from the bumper. This is the one that broke and the studs are still in place. So the nuts, everything is still in place, so we have to remove them on both sides. So these nuts are badly rusted right now. So I was talking about rust the other day. Why car rust in Quebec, and for that reason the bolts, they seize up, and not only the bolts, sometimes the axles they seize up, or bearings they seize up. So most importantly, if you're working here in Quebec, so the first thing is you have to have in the shop is you have to have a torch. A torch is to heat up the nuts and to break up the rust in order to remove the nuts. So the only way to unseize the nuts is to heat them up with the torch. So once you heat them up and you cool down fast, you're gonna unseize the nut is gonna unseize from the bolt. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna use the torch to heat up the bolt. So I heat up almost all the bolts. I left only one for demonstration. So I'm gonna heat it up for you. So before lightening the torch, you soak the surrounding of the car, like the surrounding area. I'm gonna heat up only the nut, but I'm soaking the surrounding area so it doesn't overheat from the torch, because there's a little bit of rubber and stuff like that. I'm gonna soak everything over here and I'm gonna heat up the nut. Make sure you don't damage the components next to the nut, because the heat can damage other stuff. So you have to make sure that you are focusing only on the nut when you're heating up the nut. So it's very important you use leather gloves, because you don't want to burn your hand by flying fire or hot metal. Sometimes they fall down and you can burn yourself. And the other thing is I'm gonna use the goggle when I'm heating up the bolt. Very hard to light the glove on. clear up this nut over here. So I'm focusing on the nut. As you see, the nut is almost at a melting point. It's very red. So at this point, the bolt and the nut is gonna unseize itself. So you can cool it down with the water. Cool it down with the water. Of course, you do all the nuts the same time. And in some cases, you can use a metal to cover plastic parts when you're heating up with the torch, so you don't burn anything at the surrounding area, especially the shock. You don't want the shock to get hot, so you have to focus only on the nut. Make sure you don't have any gas smell on the car, or if you have gas leak, forget it. You're not gonna touch your car. But if you have any gas leak, you make sure fix your gas leak before using the torch on the car. I'm gonna use 17mm socket, and I'm gonna undo the nuts. You have 6 nuts to undo. So I'm gonna use the vice grip to hold the stud. So this stud was part of the bumper originally, so he broke off the bumper. This is stud number 1. You see, after heating up the bolt, it came out easy. Number 2. And number 3. Same thing on the other side.